Thank you for listening to Lone Star Community Radio. This program was broadcasted and recorded live from the LSCR studios in downtown Conroe, Texas. Lone Star Community Radio is supported by listeners like you. Donate and sponsor today. For more information on getting involved with Lone Star Community Radio, contact us at lscrstudios@gmail.com or visit us online at www.irlonestar.com.
Thank you so much for joining us for Library Tea Time, where information is always brewing. My name is Brandy, and this is Mandy, and most people just refer to us as the Andes. We want to take this time to thank our Library Friends groups for making this show possible. Our library friends provide additional funding for programs and events that take place throughout the year. Their generosity and volunteerism know no bounds. Thank you so much, library friends.
Yes, thank you, friends.
Yes. Our guest for our inaugural show today is the branch manager of the R.F. Meador Library in Willis, Michelle. Welcome, Michelle.
Thanks, guys. Thanks for having me.
Well, thank you for coming. We're really excited to have you. And it seems to be an exciting time in your life. Tell us about these.
Well, these are Mardi Gras beads, and Mardi Gras just started last week. And so it's time to get beads. It's time to get your party on.
Okay.
All right.
Are we partying at the Meador Branch Library?
Absolutely. We've got a lot going there. And February 5th, we're going to have our ribbon cutting ceremony for the Family Place grant. So we're really looking forward to having people come and celebrate with us.
Okay, awesome. So before we get to that, let's tell us a little bit about yourself. How long have you been with the branch?
I have been with the branch for about 1.5 years now, and I absolutely love Willis. It's one of the small town feel, and it's not too far from just about everywhere else. And I absolutely love the library. I love everything that it stands for. I've been working in the library system for going on 8 years now, and it is my passion. So I absolutely love Texas.
Yeah, you can tell you are doing a ton of great things over there at the Meador Branch.
Thank you.
We are excited to have you aboard.
Definitely. And there's so much growth in that area, and it's definitely reflected in your branch.
Well, we have so many programs now. We've upped our programs in the last year. Now I have 4 adult programs. Fridays are going to be Adult Fridays at 2 o'clock.
Oh, okay.
Oh, nice.
In February, we start Mahjong class club, which is going to be the first and third Friday at 2 o'clock. We have our adult coffee and games, which is dominoes and that type of thing, basically socializing. 2 hours of socializing. And then our 4th Friday at 2 o'clock is going to be Adult Classic Movie, which will be the first one this month will be North by Northwest.
Okay.
Fun.
I want to go.
I know. We should drop by.
Please.
Want to play dominoes.
Definitely.
So the Meador Branch is a mighty branch, but it is a tiny branch.
Yes.
So can you tell us exactly where it's located for those listeners who don't know where it is?
Okay, if you go north of Conroe, get off at 1097, take a right. You see the Taco Bell? We're right next to the Taco Bell. You cannot miss us. We sit off the road, and you'll see a sign in the front that says Meador Branch, RF Meador Branch. And we are the smallest branch in the system, but we are probably one of the most growing areas in Montgomery County.
Yeah, you
are. Definitely.
How many staff members do you have working at Meador?
We have 12 staff members right now, and we have a fabulous team of people that want to make the experience for our patrons a positive one. If you're looking for a book digitally or one in the branch, we can find it for you. If you want a program of some sort that we don't have, let us know. But we're there for our patrons.
Yeah, absolutely. You definitely love your patrons. Any programs that are happening in February that we need to know about? Anything coming up?
Well, the Mahjong class, definitely. It will be something new for us. But we have several people that have been asking for it. So if you don't know it, if you don't know how to play, much like me who has no clue, but if you don't know how to play, just come on. Somebody will teach you how to play.
I've only ever played it like on the computer, when you're just like trying to pass some time.
Well, and I thought it was going to be something simple, but it is a little complicated. But I have coffee too, free coffee.
Oh, well, that helps it.
And I'll have some cookies too. So you know.
So do you have to have a special board for that?
Yes, they have a board. It's like that has rails, and they put the little dice in the rails. And as the game is played, they push the boards out.
Oh,
so
okay.
So we have card tables for it, and everything specialized for the game itself.
Nice. I know there are some other branches in our system that also offer that. The same at West
In Montgomery.
In Montgomery.
Yes.
Nice. I'm gonna have to catch one of them just to go check it out, and then we could advertise it even more. So do you have any children's programs coming up?
Oh, what we don't have. We have a ton of children's programs. We have a ton. We are we are now the second family place library in the system. Mitchell is the first.
Yes.
And we are the second. And because we're small, we're very privileged to get this honor. And our family place is one of the 500 family place libraries in Texas. It was started in 1998 by the Hasbro system.
Oh.
And the outreach is from 0 to 1 year old, and we will start our first workshops in February, which is going to be the 5th, the 12th, the 19th, and the 26th of March. And it's 2 classes. It's a 9:30 class and 11 a.m. class. And you can go to countylibrary.org to get signed up for it. But we already have toys that parents come just to sit and meet other parents, and the kids play. And we also have our story time, and Miss Kim on our story times are Tuesday and Wednesday morning at 9:30 and 10:45. And Miss Kim does song and dance and story time with the kids, and they've gotten really popular. So I think we are just growing. We have every day we think of a different type of program for the children, and our family place is going to be the cherry on the top of the sundae.
Yeah.
It's going to be great.
So it's basically a grant that was given to you, and then it allows you to purchase toys.
And also it allows us for Natasha, which is Natasha Benway. She is our children's librarian. She's absolutely fabulous. And she was able to go to Round Rock back in February to do a week-long class on how to do this family place library, because the workshop is not just play, it's parents being a child's first teacher.
Right. Yeah.
And so it helps them learn how to teach their children different skills. And then we also, in the area, we get different types of dignitaries that come in to to help the parents with questions they may have, like speech pathology and that type of thing. And so we'll have different people like that come in to just be available if a parent needs some help with something.
That's good.
And they will be in every one of our workshops. So she went to school to learn how to help parents learn to teach their children. And it's a really fabulous program.
What an incredible thing that is offered to our public libraries. And I'm so glad that Meador got it, because you need it. You're growing.
Absolutely. And also we have people from all over the United States moving in our area.
Yes.
Yeah.
And
tremendous growth.
And the one thing they ask for is children's programming. What
Absolutely.
can I do for my child? And so this is I'm telling you, we're very privileged to have this.
That's cool. That's really cool.
You're definitely meeting a need in the community.
Yes.
A small branch that does an awful lot.
Yeah.
It's wonderful.
Mighty Meador.
Yep.
So we've covered adults. We've covered children's. Do you guys have any teen things going on?
Yes. Lacey Lawhon is our teenage librarian, and another fabulous individual. She is wonderful. Everybody loves her. And our teens love her. So we have teen book club. We have teen crafts. We're also doing Dungeons and Dragons last year, and we're trying to get that
Very popular
again this year.
program. And a lot of our system, a lot of branches throughout our system offer the Dungeons and Dragons. I think West offers an adult Dungeons
Yes.
and Dragons. So that's very interesting. My son-in-law plays. He enjoys it. It's very confusing to me, but he loves it, so that's all that matters.
Okay, well, I'm an 80 Dungeons and Dragons player, okay? So, yes, when this came aboard, I was very excited. I was like, oh, it's come back around. Yay! So, yeah, we have some great teen programs, and we have a good group of teens that also volunteer for all of our large events that we have go on.
Nice.
So we have about 8 or 9 teens that volunteer for just about everything across the board.
Awesome. And so I don't know if our listeners know, but you can volunteer as a teen, 13 through 18. You can apply to be a volunteer at your local MCMLS library.
Yes.
All right. So we've covered your programs, your events. I know that Richard, if he'd pop up the programs for February, these are just a bit of our programs from that are happening in February throughout the system. So a lot of, I think we just had some Read with the Dogs in January, and that's very popular. We've got some teen crafternoons. A lot of Valentine's things are happening throughout the system.
Meador in particular on February the 11th, it shows, is having a watercolor Valentine's cards for teens.
Ooh,
that looks like a great
fancy.
program, and it's thoughtfully scheduled for 4 o'clock in the afternoon so that kids can attend.
Yes, yeah. That's good. We also have some Lego clubs happening throughout. I think Magnolia, that's our Malcolm Purvis branch, has a Lego club. I also think that Tullis, our New Caney branch, has a Lego club as well. They also
Yes.
have Pokemon
Yes, they do.
happening. And you can find more information on all of these programs and more at countylibrary.org. I feel like that's going to be our, instead of the word free, it's going to be countylibrary.org.
Well, you know, Mandy, I think both those things go hand in hand.
Yeah, they
because
do.
all library programs are 1, 2, 3, free.
They sure are. All right. Any other programs that, what was your favorite program
Well, my favorite program
of 2024?
this year was Fall Fest. This was our second annual Fall Fest, and we did it the 1st of October this year because we're hoping it to be a little cooler.
Yeah.
And we had over 500 people show up.
What?
Yes, and we had some.
How?
It was surprising to us too. We were able to fit them all in there, and everybody loved it.
How about that
enjoyed
fire
it.
code? Did you have the firefighters there?
Well, no, not this time. We had them in and out.
They were outside.
Sometimes they show up for summer reading.
Yes.
Yes.
They were for summer reading.
Yes.
But this year we had Chick-fil-A as one of our sponsors. We had the dentist across the street
Okay.
as one of our sponsors. We had also I shout out to Costco. They gave us $250 for it.
Wow.
We had a lot of help from a lot of people, and Fall Fest this year was one of the best. But it's only the second one, so it's just going to go up from here.
Yeah. Yeah. So, Brandy, what was your favorite program maybe that you were able to attend? I know in our position it's kind of hard to attend some programs. But what was your favorite program that you might have attended?
There are so many programs. I do want to go back and say something about the Read to the Dogs programs that Meador branch has. I'm a huge pet advocate, so I have to say it's probably one of my favorite programs. And thankfully, it's offered at many of the branches. It is generally an after-school program. It's first come, first serve. But what you do is you come in and you get in line, and there's usually not a huge line. We want to make sure that everyone is serviced and that they get a turn. But it's actually a group called Pets with a Mission. They come in, they have, usually there's 2 dogs. Each one has its own handler. They come in and they sit down, and each child chooses a book either from home or from our collection, and they can, read to the dog and share stories with the dog. The dog loves the attention, and certainly it's a great way for children to practice their reading skills as well. And I think it's a really important program. Montgomery County Memorial Library System does so many programs throughout the year. It's extremely hard for me to narrow it, but because the animals are close to my heart, I have to say that's my favorite.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's one of our popular, definitely.
Yes.
Yeah. I know you do need to register for that program.
Yes, yes.
So again, make sure you look at that events calendar and make sure when you click on the event, if it says register, go ahead and register. That way you'll have a spot.
Yes, once registration opens, it is first come, first serve. And the only thing it's really for in those instances is to make sure that there's enough time for each child to have a turn.
Right.
Yes.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Yes.
Yeah. So I'm so glad that you asked, Brandy. My favorite program of 2024 I think I want to say at Meador, because we had the privilege to go watch, was when Commissioner Walker came and did his story time. And he read, he and his wife came. And he's a really great storyteller.
Yes,
he did a good job.
Yes.
And his wife did as well, and they're just so fun. And then they participated in Miss Kim's dancing and singing, and we did all the moves, and it was really good. It was good to see him come out and interact with the community.
We just love
our
having them.
littlest community.
Oh, yes.
Yes.
Yes, definitely. We loved having them. We want them to come more often.
Yeah, I bet they will. That was fun. Okay, so I'm not sure, but I think it's time for hope that's royalty free. Anyway, it is time for Brandy's Brain Buster.
Oh my goodness. Well, I don't want to
Okay,
disappoint.
so I don't know if you know this, but Brandy is full of knowledge. Full of all the most random facts in the world. Like we'll just have a conversation with you. Did you know? And a lot of it has to do with mid-century modern things.
Oh my goodness. Yes, I am a amateur architecture buff. It is true.
Yes, I know about all the buildings here and when they were made. I did not retain the knowledge, but she has told me about it. So she has a trivia question for us. If Richard will pop up our hint. That's going to be our hint.
Yes.
And it's just a photo. And Brandy, go ahead.
Yes. So I am wondering if anyone knows what prominent downtown Conroe building was the original central library location.
Does anybody know? Richard, you don't know?
I give hints.
Okay,
Let me
so
know.
the hint is in the picture. I know, Michelle, you can't see it at this moment, but
There are.
tell
okay.
us what is in the picture.
In the picture, you will find a floating staircase. You will find a Roman brick indoor planter. And you will find many clerestory windows. This building was originally built in 1957. It is truly a wonderful, wonderful example of mid-century modern architecture in the Conroe area.
To me, it reminds me of Bewitched.
Oh, it does. It really
The
does.
Roman bricks.
Yes.
Yes. So the bricks are elongated, and that's what they call a Roman brick, is what's on the wall as well as what's on the exterior of the building.
So you're
and in the
saying this
planter.
building housed the Central Library
It did.
in what year?
1957
Till
until the new building was built in, I believe, 1994.
which is where the current
Yes.
our current Central Library over beside the Veterans Memorial Park.
Yes.
Okay. All right. Anybody want to guess? Michelle?
I have no clue, but it's interesting.
Yeah, it is. I have an answer.
You do?
It's only because you told me. and
Oh, no.
I retained
Well,
it.
what about Richard?
Richard says he
do you have a
doesn't
clue?
know.
No, you don't have a clue. Go
Okay,
ahead, Mandy.
It's super close to where we are now.
Super close.
The tax office.
Yes, that is correct.
Really?
Yes.
Wow.
Yes.
And it's right. Okay.
Our old digs.
So now you know. The more you know. My brain's full of Brandy's brain busters because she just tells me random things all the time. All the time. That's all I know. Okay, so now let's have some book talk. How about that? So we talked about your favorite program or event of 2024. What was your favorite book that you read in 2024?
Rebecca Yarrow's book,
Okay. Which, The Fourth Wing?
The Fourth Wing.
Okay.
Oh my gosh.
I'm actually rereading it because I haven't read Iron Flame yet. And then Onyx.
It comes out in another week.
Yes, it does. So I'm gonna reread it. So anyway, that's that. I'm rereading, and you really liked it.
Yes. It was
So, but for those who don't know, book talk us. Be the librarian.
Well, okay. Fourth Wing is a book. It is fantasy fiction, and it has dragons. It has
Okay.
romance. It has fighting, and it has warfare, and it's got all of it together. It has, and it comes together, and they all save each other, and it just shows it about people coming together in a traumatic situation and bonding together that don't know each other, and they become family. And to me it's a fabulous book. Now I look at it probably different than a lot of people are like, oh, there's so much romance. But to me it's a family aspect in this whole book. And whenever you go to the second book, it even gets more so.
Right.
Because I'm not giving it away
Yeah, don't
because
give it
you
away. I
have
haven't
not
read it
read
yet.
it. And we had people that in the library that did not like fantasy, and I conned them into reading it. And they loved it so much they had to get the second one right away.
You didn't con them. Your book talk was so persuasive.
Yes,
Yes.
I am so persuasive.
Yes.
Please, but that is a great book, and just about everybody at the branch has read it and loved it.
Well, it did make our top 10 book of the year. If you go to our Facebook page, Montgomery County Memorial Library System Facebook page, I think it was posted yesterday.
That's
our
right.
top 10 books in print, top 10 ebooks, and top 10 audiobooks were posted, and it is on there in both print and it might have made all three actually. I'm the one that made the graphic, and I should know, but but I definitely saw it on there twice, so it might have made all three. I don't know. Brandy.
Yes. Let's see. I traditionally read nonfiction. That's just something that interests me a little bit more. And probably my favorite book that I read was a book called, This Book May Save Your Life by Dr. Karan Rajan. And what it is he's a famous TikTok doctor. And so he gives these helpful little, tidbits of information, and he tries to sort through things that are just fads or things that are actually scientifically backed up as far as, longevity and healthy eating and better habits, so that we can all stick around a little bit longer. By trade, he's a gastroenterologist. So he just has so much comedy in this book. It is just wonderful. And it was recommended to me actually by a doctor. So I'm having lots of fun with it. I've picked up all kinds of different things that I could not even imagine, and I definitely recommend it to anyone. Yes.
See, I'm not a big nonfiction reader,
See, me either.
but maybe I'll try it.
But that sounded really interesting.
It's actually very good, and he does it with a comedic spin, so it keeps you interested. It's not just like dry science or anything. Like it'll be like, well, why? Have you ever wondered why your body does this? And then he'll explain it, but it's funny. It's truthful. It's backed by science, but it's funny. And so being so famous from, being on TikTok, he's gotten that audience, under his belt. So he wants to move them over and make them read his book, And it's a wonderful, wonderful book with all kinds of great advice in there. So it's something I definitely would recommend to people.
Nice. All
I
right.
might pick that one up.
Okay, Richard. No? Nothing? You don't read? Nothing? Bull. Okay. Well, thank you for asking, Michelle. I'll tell you what my favorite book of 2024 was. Actually, I don't know. So I look at my Kindle at the end of the year, because I had a challenge to myself. And I wanted to read 60 books, and I got to 58.
Wow, that's
Wow.
more than
I read
one a
58.
week.
Yay!
Yay! Go, Mandy!
However, my laundry's not done.
It's okay.
But it's fine, because I read 58 books. But they all just kind of go blend together. I am gonna reread Rebecca Yarrow's series, so that was definitely one of them. But I do want to say that I did look and realized that a lot of my books are from Libby.
Libby? Oh my goodness, who's Libby?
Libby, Brandy. Libby. So Libby is our app that you can download, and it is compatible with Kindle. So each show, we want to make sure that we feature a resource that you guys can use, not just throw to the side. And Libby is really great. Libby, in collaboration with your free Montgomery County Library card, will get you access to 3 systems worth of books. So we have what is the word? I mess it up all the time. A consortium.
A consortium.
A consortium with Harris County.
Yes.
With Lone Star College. And Montgomery County. And when you get on Libby, or really when you check out a book from Montgomery County Library, you are accessing books through all of those systems.
Absolutely. And you know what the best part of Libby is?
What?
It's a free app.
It sure is. So you can open up the App Store on your device, whatever it is, download Libby. It is it looks like a maroon square. It has a little girl
Face.
with a bow. Looks like she's reading a book. So that's the right app. You download it. You grab your Montgomery County Library card. It has a 16-digit number on the back of it. Go to Houston Area Digital Media.
Area catalog.
Area catalog.
That's right.
Click on that because that's a little confusing sometimes. And that's because we share books with Harris County. So you'll click on that, and then you'll go to Montgomery County Memorial Library System, add in your library card number. Thank you, Brandy.
And your PIN?
And your PIN, yes. Your PIN, if you do not know what your PIN is, you can contact the library, and they'll let you know what your PIN is. So, but after that's done, and then you have access to all of these books, all of these audiobooks.
Can I just say how great the audiobooks are?
Yeah.
Oh,
So
please.
My
Yes.
husband buys
I
audiobooks.
can't focus on audiobooks. I cannot
And
do it.
Oh, and he was buying them. And I said, no, you need to use the Libby app.
Yes.
And so after that, he doesn't buy them anymore. He says, they're all on here. And I was spending $16 per.
Yes.
And,
yeah.
so.
Or even subscriptions for just books that you can grab all the time. It's still costing money, and Libby's for free.
It is free.
It's free.
Yeah, so I realized when I looked at my Kindle, because Libby is compatible with your Kindle, it'll just automatically download them to your Kindle, so you're able to read it easier for your, if that's how you choose to read. But I realized that a majority of them came from Libby. And so I was like, oh, well, I use that resource, and I know a majority of the people do. So when we talk to you about resources, I know a lot of us go out and about and talk about resources. And I know, Michelle, you've been doing a lot of that. You and your wonderful staff, and, a lot of the library staff is just everywhere. Everywhere you turn, you're going to see somebody in the HEB.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Library,
Absolutely.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Senior center, library.
Yes.
We're trying to be everywhere.
Library staff is definitely all over the place lately, for
Yes,
sure.
they are. And I know that you're doing a lot of school visits to talk to our youth and getting them signed up for a library card, correct?
Correct. Absolutely. Plus, this year we're going to be in the parade in Willis, Christmas parade. We go to HEB's trunk or treats. We basically are anywhere that anybody asks us to be.
Yeah.
We are there. We are the library of the community.
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
And we serve the community.
Yes.
And that's the backbone to my thought process for what the library is supposed to be. We are the community. And I'm lucky enough to work for a system that believes the same thing.
Absolutely.
So I'm going to be out there. I'm going to know my patrons. I live in Willis, so these are my community, and so I want to make our community the greatest one out there.
Yeah, absolutely. So we have some friends of the library. They're our sponsors. We mentioned them in the beginning. And we are just so thankful for our friends, because they also, without their support, we wouldn't be able to do a lot of the things that we are able to.
Absolutely.
And they also love the library as much as you do, Michelle.
Yes.
And Richard has our video queued up. Brandy's going to say a little something about our friends.
Just like Mandy said, we just can't say enough good things about our friends. We caught up with Joanne from the Library Friends of Conroe group the other day, and just to check out what she had to say, we asked Joanne how long she's been a friend.
Well, I've been a friend for 13 years, and I love it. The friends take in donated books, puzzles, and we get them ready to put on the shelf, and we sell our books, and we give back all of the money to the library for different programs. That's our big money maker, just taking in donations. Our next big money maker is we have a book sale the first weekend of October. And this past October, we made almost double of what we did in 2023. So we were thrilled, and so was the library, because that means they get more money. But we don't have anything huge coming up in the next several months, other than we are going to move.
What a wonderful new space you're going to have.
Yes, it is. We will be clearing out all of the carts that are in the hallway, and will be our hub.
That is quite impressive. Let me take this time to formally thank you so much for all you do for not only the library, but for our community in the Conroe area. It is absolutely amazing how hard you work.
It's our pleasure. Our pleasure.
All right. Well, thank you. Joanne's so sweet. She is the sweetest lady, and she is always doing amazing things for our Library Friends group of Conroe. Like she said, they're moving into a new spot in the library. There's a lot of, I don't know if you've gone into the Central Library here lately, but a lot of things have been moving around.
Yes.
The staff is working really hard on making sure that things are in usable places. Sitting areas are opened up, just everybody feels safe and welcome. And the Friends have really helped with that. So they have a spot in the back part of the processing area of the Central Library. Like
Yes.
one day, go in and ask for a tour.
Yes, it's amazing what they do.
It's huge back
It's
there.
huge. And there's so many more. Like a lot of times people stop into the Book Nook and they see, maybe one or two people in there manning the register or organizing the books or whatever. But what they don't realize is that it's a year-long process. We get donations, every week. And all of those have to be gone through. They have to be sorted to make sure that we only present the very best of the best to the library client. And they have a process. And then once a year at our branch, the Central Branch, they have a book sale. And typically that is held in the fall. So make sure that you always check the events calendar, because that too will be listed on that calendar. And we give heads up because it's a very exciting time for a lot of people, because they have access to all these wonderful books and they're so inexpensive.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, my goodness. I mean, I have heard of, $1 a piece for a hardcover. I've heard of children's books for 25 cents and 50 cents. And a lot of people want heads up on that, because you know why? The first day of the book sale, what they do is you can come during early hours and go in like an early admission kind of thing and go through all the books ahead of time, and you pay us like a very nominal fee, like whatever, to get in the first day, and then that gives you the first choice. And then beyond that, in that first hour, it just keeps going for about 3 days. A lot of people shop the book sale, believe it or not, because they give these books as gifts. And since it's in the fall, it's something that, they can incorporate into a child's Christmas stocking or give a bestseller to someone else. And believe me, the prices on those books can certainly beat other vendors that offer books for sale.
So
Yes.
I have a new grandbaby.
Oh my goodness.
He's precious.
Congratulations.
Congratulations.
Thank you. And he already has a full library. And we're going to go see him this weekend, and they live about 4.5 hours away. And his mama, I said, I'm going to bring him about 20 more books. And she's like, Mom, where am I going to put these? And we'll figure it out. We'll figure it out. But at the book sale,
Yes.
I was able to find him a lot of the, I hate calling them vintage because that means I'm old.
Oh, that means they're good.
But
They're
the little
still good.
golden books. The original
Little golden books.
golden books.
They're wonderful.
A lot of them that I enjoyed, Bugs Bunny and the Carrot Machine.
So a lot of
I love
books
them.
that there's an
I
actual
found them.
moratorium, as they say, on them, so they're out of print.
Yes, yeah.
And so these are things that show up because they're coming from people's private collections, and it's such a wonderful opportunity. And all of the funds that are made from the book sale go right back into the Friends Group's respective branch, is how I'll explain it. So if you buy something at the Central Library's book sale, that money that's earned from that goes back to the Central Library, and the same for each branch.
Yeah.
So that's how it works. It doesn't go into like a general slush fund. We want people to understand that. So it's really a wonderful opportunity. And a lot of times those funds during the summer reading program, the Friends actually, pay for a lot of the programs that are happening during the summer reading, because we have a budget and we use that money, and that's wonderful, and we greatly appreciate that. It's definitely, we could not do it without those funds. But this is just a little extra.
Icing.
And it
The
is
icing.
icing on the cake. And the thing is that's something extra that, again, the library can give back to the community. An extra program for the children during the summer. A little extra something. It's just such a wonderful type of an arrangement that we have.
Yeah.
Yes.
So do your friends, do they have a title? The Friends
Friends of Willis Library,
Willis
or
Library.
FOWL, as they
Fowl.
love to be called. We have our book sale the same day as Fall Fest.
Oh,
So-
that's smart.
Yeah, so we do it at the same time. Now, our friends are a lot smaller than Central Library's friends, but we get a lot done. And on Wednesdays, was whenever they take donations, Wednesday morning.
Okay.
But we have a good group. We have a group of 7, and Twyla is she is our treasurer, and she was the original librarian who started the library at Meador.
Yes.
Wow.
Yes, I've had the privilege of meeting her. Yes, she's completely dedicated.
Oh yes,
Yes, absolutely.
awesome.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Yeah, and if it wasn't for them, we would not have a lot of the programs, the adult programs. I wouldn't be able to afford it without them.
Exactly.
So they do a lot of support for us year by year, and so I'm very thankful for them for that.
That's great. Yeah, our friends are just amazing.
They really are. And some of those summer reading programs that they supplement, it is truly a wonderful presentation that all of these professional presenters bring. We have magicians during the summer. We have even creative writing workshops. We have animal type programs where it's like a petting zoo type of a program.
Lizards.
Yes, the lizards, crocodiles. Oh my goodness, and the boa constrictors. No,
Yeah.
not for Brandy.
If there's snakes, Brandy and I aren't going to be. The
No, we'll
the
be. We
Andes
will be in the
not
back
attend.
that day. The Andes will be absolutely somewhere else. Let's just say. But those are just some of the programs. They have a lot of art programs, different types of art. A lot of times, the Museum of Natural Science does come out, and they do wonderful programs. You had a great program. It was a dome program.
Yeah, the Dome, Houston Museum of Natural Science puts on the Dome, which children will go inside of, and they play like a movie inside of it, and where the dome is, and they go to different libraries all throughout Houston. But we were able to get them, and we were maxed out for our summer reading that day. The Dome is always popular when they show up.
Yes.
And we appreciate Houston Museum of Natural Science for doing that for us.
Yes.
And we're hoping we'll get them again this year.
Yeah, I remember that day. Brandy and I were able to attend. We came to check on you because we knew that you were overflowing. Your
Yes.
cup runneth over there.
Yes.
And we kind of filled in. I worked on the reference desk, and Brandy was running back and forth. I think somebody went and bought popsicles.
Yes.
And
Yes,
We
the
needed
popsicles.
They were very popular.
Yes. You even had a face painter there that day, didn't
yeah,
you?
She's great. She's out of the Woodlands, and she comes in. She was here for the Christmas open house this year. She's here for just about every event we have because the kids love face painting.
They do. It's very
It's,
popular.
yes, it's very popular.
Yes.
So we've had such a great year. I mean, I cannot say such wonderful things about y'all helping us.
Well,
we have
you know,
we have had a great year.
it's all for the community.
It is.
Thank you for coming on the show today. We're so excited to have you
thank
and
you.
to hear what great things are happening over at Meador. I want to take this time to, again, thank our friends. We could not do what we do on the radio or in the library without the help of our friends group.
Absolutely.
And Michelle, again, thank you so much for hanging out with us and spilling a little bit of library tea.
Sure.
Yes.
Anytime.
We just, we're excited to continue on, and maybe we'll hear from you soon.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Look forward to seeing you soon.
All
See
right,
you in the
Brandy's got a
library.
directive for us. What is your directive, Brandy?
All right, Michelle. All right, everybody. Now, go read.
Absolutely.